Alright guys, this is my last video depicting my abuse. This is very triggering and I am going to get emotional. I can already feel it. So I apologize. December 17th, 2016. I don't know what we fought about. But I made him angry. He grabbed me by my shirt, threw me against the ground face first, and got on top of me and turned me over and choked me, slamming my head into the ground. I started freaking out and I started hearing voices because I had been so sleep deprived. I could hear our upstairs neighbors sneeze, but they never called the cops. My ex kicked through our wall, punched through our wall. I was screaming. He was screaming. I was screaming, stop. But they never called. So in my head, all the voices were telling me, no one cares. You're alone. You are going to die. He kept telling me how much he hated me and how much he wanted to kill me. And how much easier his life would be had he never met me. He made me go in the car with him until I finally calmed down, but he got mad at me again because I wasn't talking and I wasn't trying to communicate with him. I was just quiet. I ended up with a split lip that day. The nose right here was bruised a little bit. The next day, I don't remember what he was mad about, but every time I put my hands up, he would knock them down. And then as he was making his point, he was tapping me on the head very hard on my forehead, so hard that my head was bouncing against the wall. There was a dent in the wall from my head. He started then hitting my head with the heel of his hand. And I don't remember exactly how this one ended. I know I ended up going to wait for a friend because I was supposed to go over their house. And he texted me that he had run out of gas because I tried to give him money for gas because he didn't have a job, and he refused to take my money, and then he would run out of gas and then he would use my money. But it was just part of a cycle of emotional abuse. And so I came back and he had left, and then he was pissed because I didn't get there in time. And I went to my friend's house and I told her that we fought, but I told her that he never hit me, and she was very supportive of me and told me if I ever needed anything, she was there, and she didn't judge me. And to this day, I'm so grateful for her friendship. I love her. December 21st, we got into another fight, and he was yelling at me a lot, and I told him, he finally calmed down a little bit. And I asked him, can I just go on a drive? I need to clear my head. He told me, you don't need to ask me. I'm not your fucking father. So as soon as I put my hand on the doorknob, I heard words that I instantly knew how it was going to end. It said, before you go, I just need to ask you one question. I don't remember the question. I don't remember the answer I gave. But it was not the right one. So he threw me on the floor again, breaking my necklace. He choked me repeatedly to the point where I just laid there and thought, who's gonna tell my sister that I'm dead? Who's gonna tell my sister that I was murdered? So he was on top of me and he was choking me. And I never fought back. Mostly because, one, I loved him and I didn't want to hurt him. Regardless of how much pain he inflicted on me, I did not want to hurt him. And two, I didn't want to hurt him just enough to piss him off so that he killed me, because I was terrified that I wouldn't hurt him enough. I was never close enough to my gun to get it, and I was scared that he'd wrestle it out of my hands and kill me. So I went home for Christmas. I didn't tell my family. He convinced me to come back for New Year's Eve. I went home. Things were good for about 2 weeks. On January 16th, we were watching a show, and he didn't work that day, and I waited till the last minute to ask him to take me to work because I had to pay for parking. He got pissed, but this was something we did every day that he didn't work. He took me there so I didn't have to pay. But he got really angry and refused to talk to me for 2 days. I tried everything. I tried pleasing him. I tried talking to him. I tried everything. It didn't work. And every day I got more scared because I knew it wasn't gonna end well. He didn't talk to me for 2 days. January 18th, I went to work. He still didn't talk to me. And when I got home, my heart started racing because he was there. But it was dark. I got in the house and he knocked on the door for the patio. And I was really confused. So I asked him what he was doing out there. I didn't ask him if he was okay, which angered him. And he had locked his keys in the car. I asked him if he needed help getting them out. He told me no, and he just went to bed on the couch. So I went out to try and unlock it so that he could have his car in the morning and I could have mine. We both had to work, and that pissed him off because I wasn't listening to him. So he started yelling at me. And then he went out to unlock it and needed my help, so I went out. He asked me if we could just go get wire hangers. I said, yeah. And I started running. And I was like, let me just go get my purse. I just started walking really fast in the house. And then he told me, fuck you. I don't want anything from you with that fucked up attitude. I told him I was just trying to help him. I know he hates when I move slow, so I was trying to pick up the pace. And he told me, I don't want shit from you. So I said, okay. And I went and I grabbed my purse anyways because I wanted to get out of there before it got worse. When I got inside, he saw me pick up my purse and he told me we just talked about this. And I wasn't listening to him again. So he pulled the key rack off the wall, from the wall, and he slammed it on the ground. And then he held me against the wall. He dragged me down the hallway to our bedroom, where he laid me down. Not laid me down. He put me against the dresser, and he kept hitting my head against the dresser. And then he choked me, and he had me against the ground, choking me, telling me he wanted to kill me. And I couldn't breathe, and I almost passed out, and then he picked me up again. He put me against the dresser again, and he started hitting my head again. And this time he hit a little too low. And this eye had instantly swelled up. He threw me against the ground, and I screamed, my eye, my eye. And as soon as he saw it, he's like, oh, baby, what did I do? And he picked me up and he put me in the living room on the counter and he put ice on it. And then he told me something that is still in my brain to this day. He told me, I knew when I hit you that time it was too hard. And it showed me how conscious he was throughout everything. And then he told me, you get so scared about messing up that you just always fuck up. And he completely blamed it all on me. I knew if I stayed any longer, I would die. I lied, there's gonna be one more video because I can't get through this one. But I'll explain when I left and how I left and why. Sorry, I'm such a mess. I was really scared that I was gonna die that day. Thank you guys for watching.